Good morning. Welcome to Morning Meditations. And today we're going to look at Proverbs 20. And I'm doing Proverbs 20 this morning for my devotion. So I'm just going to share a couple of verses here. And let's just start in verse 3 of Proverbs 20. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing. A counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will proclaim every one his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find? The just man walketh in his integrity, his children are blessed after him. A king that sitteth in the throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure from my sin? Divers weights and divers measures, both of them are alike abomination to the Lord. And even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made even both of them. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. And we'll stop there, and that's just a little less than half of this chapter. And in just those several verses we read, you noticed it jumped all over the place on different topics, and sometimes Proverbs is like that. But we're going to look at just a couple of the main principles and truths in what we read. And so starting verse 3, it said, it's an honor for a man to cease from strife. It should be an honor for us to avoid strife. It should be honorable to us. We should count it a privilege, a badge of honor, when we can avoid confrontation in a good way, when we can avoid being in fights and strife and arguments. But a fool, the Bible says, he's going to be meddling. A fool is always involved in someone else's business, always causing problems, and that is the mark of a fool in Proverbs. And so, which one are we? Which one do we tend to be? Do we like being involved in all of the problems of other people? Do we like being in the middle, but we always find ourselves in a fight? And the thing is, foolish people that find themselves meddling in everyone else's matters and constantly in strife, people like that, they would always say, oh, I hate the drama. They'll always tell you, I don't like the drama. These people are so dramatic. People always have problems. But someone who's always in the middle of it, that's a fool. That's someone that they'll say they don't like it, but if they're always in the middle of that strife, it's a badge of honor. It's for a man or a woman to avoid strife, to be out of that. We'll keep reading. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing. If you're not able to get up and work, if you're not willing to put in the effort at the appropriate times and the times of opportunity that God allows in your life, in this case, for a farmer, that's the harvest time. They put in the work all year. They have the crop growing. And when the harvest is there, it's a lot of work. They only have so many days to get that bountiful harvest in before the frost comes or the bugs come or someone else takes it or whatever. The harvest needs to be taken care of. And if you don't take care of the harvest, when the winter comes, you're hungry. You have nothing. And probably know that tale about the grasshopper and the ants, and the grasshopper was just willing to play all summer and didn't want to store away, and when winter came, he was hungry. And that started first here with a Bible principle here in Proverbs. And if we're not willing to even get up and till the ground to plow, and for us today, I'm sure not all of us are involved in farming in a way like that we would depend on it, but God gives each of us opportunities. God gives us a job, blesses us with an opportunity to work and earn an income and provide a living for our family. And when you have that opportunity, get up, get out of bed, go to work, be willing to provide, be willing to do the plowing even when it's cold. And if we're willing to work when God gives us that opportunity, we don't need to be fearful and complaining then when the winter comes, when the hard times come. God has provided for us, and don't be the sluggard there. For sake of time, I'm going to just stick to that point, and we can go down to verse 13. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Someone you really, really, all of us, we love sleep more than we should. The Bible says, that's going to lead to poverty. That's going to lead to ruination and to a lack of what you need in your life. Don't love poverty. Don't love that sleep. Do not love that. But if you open your eyes, if your eyes are open, you get up in the morning is what it's saying, then you're going to have bread. You're going to be satisfied And with the bread, you'll have the food that you need. If we'll just get up in the morning when we're supposed to. And so even Bible principle here throughout, get up in the morning. Be willing to work. Be willing to take those opportunities that God gives you. And we'll sum it up with verse 11. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure or whether it be right. And we kind of see that all throughout the rest of the verses. It's all talking about how we live our life matters to God. God cares if we cheat other people. God cares if we're lazy. God cares if we don't provide for people. God cares if we don't look at the injustices going on and don't care about it. God sees all of that. And even a child is known by how he lives his life and what he does. And how much more if you're an adult, a believer, a mature Christian today, and God cares about how you live your life. The whole world around you, they see how you live your life, and you're known by your actions and your doings just like a child is. And if that is the case, let us be known as someone who is, not that we have every answer, that we're the wisest person ever, that we're always perfect, but let us be known as a godly person that is working in those areas. We're not lazy. We take advantage of opportunities God gives us. We don't meddle with strife. We don't have the divers weights and measures there. We're not cheating other people, ripping people off. We're not trying to get ahead in life. In every way, we're satisfied with what God provides. We work hard, and even a child will be known by their doings, and so will you. And so let us please God in that area. Well, thank you for joining us. God bless you. You have a great day.